Hello, welcome once again to my channel MTS World. Thank you for subscribing to MTS World. If you've not subscribed to this channel, kindly click the subscription button and don't forget to select the notification bell so that you get updated anytime we upload new videos. I'm so privileged to be with you here anytime I get the opportunity to share something with you on my channel. It's a privilege. It's a privilege because this is the knowledge that our forefathers sought, and this is what they wanted to communicate to us. But along the line, we lost the way because of the nature of man. So today we are going to talk about another important topic, and as I always bring to you another mystery. And today mystery is about the theme creation and me. Creation and me. Creation and me. So why creation and me? Who created the world and who am I? Is there a God somewhere outside me? Is there someone who made me? Is there a big man who made me and he put me here to take care of this land or so that tomorrow I'll go to him for judgment? Or what is it? So we're going to talk about creation and me. So stay with me and don't go your way. As I always tell you that the scripture, the Bible, is one of the good book that you can use for every mistakes that you want to decode and unlock in life. So you always see me that I never talked about anything without referring the scripture or the Bible. So today we are going to take our scripture passage from Genesis chapter 1 verses 26 to 31. That is where the creation is. So I read verse 26. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. I'm reading from King James Version. 27. So God created man in his own image, in the likeness of God he created him. Male and female he created them. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that move upon the earth. And God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I've given every green herb for meat. And it was so. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And God saw everything he had made, and behold, it was very good. This is Genesis chapter 1, verse 26 to 31. This is where the Bible talks about the creation story and how creation started. Good. From the scripture that we read, we heard that there was a man, there was a voice like a man. The scripture represented a voice like a man calling people or calling his own kind, that let us create man in our image. Let us create man in our image. The question is, so this answers the question, who made us? Who created man? We are a human being. Who made us? Who created me? Who created you? Is it one man sitting somewhere and he started creating us as we believe? We heard from the creation story from Genesis chapter 1 verse 1 following that before the earth was made, Before the world was made, the earth was formless, and there was nothing. There was only deep covering the surface of the earth. So it means that there were nothing like our species, like a human being, like you and I, like this. There. The only thing there was described as a darkness. Why darkness? Because you remember the creation continued that there was a day, there was a night. Meaning night was created later. But before night and day was created, the scripture used the word darkness, which is not night. So that darkness that was initially used is not representing the night, but is a symbol for something. And what does darkness represent? Darkness represents something undefined, something you cannot attain with just a physical eye. It's something undefined, something seemingly not there, but it is there. So when I am in darkness and there's total darkness, you will not see me, but it doesn't mean I am not there. I am there, but your physical eyes cannot penetrate through that deep darkness. That is why you may not see me. So what the scripture is representing there is a state where something was there, but we couldn't describe that thing. And that thing there is what the voice said, let us create. So when the voice said, let us create, the voice was calling people of his own, element of his own kind. But those elements were things we cannot or we couldn't see with our eyes. So let me tell you something. Let me show you something. I've already told you that when everything is not in existence, when the world loses everything, the only thing that is left is energy. When all creation are wiped away, including living and non-living things, the only thing left, or the only thing that we will see, is energy. Why energy? Is the air. So you can call it energy or air. So aside the existence of everything physical, behind every physical thing is the strength that pushes that thing to be, and that is the energy. So that man or that voice we heard in darkness was the strength behind creation, which is an energy, calling its own kind of energy to create. Let me show you some. I'm going to tell you some mystery here. What you may not know is that energy is everything. When you say energy, energy is everything. Everything is energy. You are energy. This bottle, the water in this bottle is an energy. Everything is an energy. It is a cause and effect. Life is cause and effect. And that which causes something to be is that energy. So the energy of creation was there in darkness, total darkness, because we couldn't define it. And the voice said, let us. So the moment it said, let us, the calling of inclusive activity took place. So creation of man is an inclusive action. Who were the creators? You, me, you. We were the creators. Our existence there were the energies we possess. So it was said, let us create man in our own image. The pronoun used was our. It means that our true self, it is not that physical being you see here. You were in existence as an energy. And it was a collective inclusion to make somebody like your own to be. So that is why if only one being, one man created us, and he said in our image and likeness, we would have been one person, like all our faces will be the same. The reason why my face is different and your face is different is the energies that created us were the inclusive energy, different types of human energy that were in existence, made you and I. So you were there. You were part of the creation, but that time you were just an energy. You just brought that which is in you. You caused and you made an effect like what you see now to happen. So it was an inclusive thing. And he said, when everything was made, and behold, it was very good. Very good. When there is an inclusive activity, we come out with something very good. That is why even in our life here, teamwork always wins. When I do it alone, I may do it faster, but I may not go far. I may delay. I may not reach far. But when we come together as one with one destiny, one mind, one purpose, one aim to do something, you realize that we will do it well, accurately, and we will move far. This is our existence. We came together when we were energy to create our own self like you and I, you see. And because we have been an inclusive energy to create this earth as we are physical like this, we come together to also create and make the world beautiful as we made it. Let me take you through this. I think where I've reached, you may doubt a lot of things. But I want you to be consciously open to listen to this. This is how creation was done, and this is why you came to be. So the energies met and said, we are creating one of our own kind. So anytime I want to become like a human being, because I have that energy of creation, then I become a being. So before, the energies were there in your form, and we wanted to come and taste the good things we have made, the trees, the air. We saw the beauty, we wanted to come and taste it. And the only form that we can take to come and taste what the creation we have made is to take the form of a being like you and I sees me. So that is why it is your decision that gives birth. It is the connection of two people coming together to give birth. The inclusive energy still works in creating our own kind. So if I decide to bring another species like my own to this earth, I do it. I do it by having sex with a woman whom I'm ready to create one of our own kind, and we bring one of our own kind. So mind you, the own kind energy was an inclusive energy of male and female sex organ. So when we meet together to create, we are either bringing a male or a female. So one of our own kind. So it could be a male or a female. That is the decision of creation. So you are creator. You were energy, and you became man like this by the command to create. And as you've become man like this, if you still want to bring another of your own, you have to consider the inclusive activity again by using the energy in you to join the other energy to bring one of your own, like a baby, and creation takes place. Okay, what we fail to do is there are teachings that has given us the knowledge that we were created by a being who is not like us. So when we come to this earth, one mystery is this: the moment I become a being like as I'm sitting here, the moment I convert, I use the power to create, and I get a skin like this, the door of my original identity keeps shut. Because when I create a form like this, I need the five senses to leave this body. So because I am with five senses, that is always coordinating to show me what and this and this and where I can go. If I'm not careful, I forget about my true self, which is the energy. So in the creation, the master, that is the higher energy, the energy who called the rest of the energy to create, said this. The word God was used for that energy. And they said it, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it and have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowl of the air and over every living thing that move upon the earth. So by this passage, it's telling you and I that even if we become human beings, we still have that dominion power that we had before. The energy or power is still within us. And every living thing we have power to subdue and control. But the secret is when you become a human being, your senses takes cover. And your senses pushes you to forget about your consciousness. So you realize that if you still consider and contain and stay in the senses and you forget about the consciousness, it will get to a time that you will forget about yourself, who you are. So the teachings that they have brought to us, that there's one man who made us and we have to bow and worship him and we have to bow and talk to him every day. We do that with our senses, imaginations. And anytime we keep imagining, we are shutting the door that leads us into the dominion power we were made with. So a time will come that you will lose yourself. You will forget that indeed you were an energy. And the creation says, even becoming a human being, you have empowered yourself to take charge of everything that moves, including another human being. But if you consider more imaginations, listening to these teachings that pushes you imaginations, you realize that you will forget about the power given to you by yourself. And you will become a being whereby your senses will rather tell you that this is what you are supposed to do. So your body, your human nature will rather control the energy in you. And anytime it gets to that level, fear sets in that there is someone who is going to punish you. And when the human nature controls the energy in you, you become limited. So there are a lot of things you cannot do. The energy in you is empowering you to take charge, subdue the earth, control everything that moves, including human being. So if you come to this earth as a human being, all the teachings they are giving to you, your parents, all the orientation you are being given, if you are not being given the orientation that will still maintain the original energy in you, you will see that you will grow in senses, not consciousness. And the more you grow in senses, your senses will take charge of the energy in you, and you will just lose your original identity. So the door to attain the consciousness in you will be shut off. And so it will become like the total you is just the mere human being. And you see yourself like, I am limited. So you begin to fear people, you begin to fear teachings, you begin to fear doctrines, you begin to fear things, you begin to become limited. There are some things you tell yourself that no, I can't do, I can't go there, I am limited. There is a God whom I need to tell me this. It is all about the orientations of life. You know, our society and the religion teaches us to forget about our original identity. So this is why a man has to do. A man should go back in consciousness to redeem that energy he was having to create himself. And when we're able to go back to that energy, the power in that energy is to subdue and control everything that moves on this earth. And when you get to that stage, everything that moves doesn't scare you. You become unlimited being, a finite being, and the world will be under you to control. You choose when to give birth, when to bring one of your own, and whom to control. Nothing controls you. unless we go back in consciousness to remember that the total us is not this skin, not this flesh. The total you is the power that was there that said, let us meet. So the let us was an inclusive activity, including the gender of male and female. And when we come to this earth, we are creating one of our own kind. So our birth will either be a male or a female. It is one of our own kind. So you either bring a male or a female. But no matter who you bring to this earth, that thing holds an energy to empower and control. You have to teach that thing from infancy to have dominion over the earth. Else, when five senses takes over, it will shut the original energy, and that being will become limited, and that being will be seeking for supernatural power to rely on, because that being still want to go home, want to control, but he feels that I cannot do it by my own. This is who we are. This is creation and me. This is what you should know. You made yourself. You made the world. Go back into your consciousness. Open the gate of consciousness. Bring the original energy. And you see that you get the power to control everything. When we die, we are living just this flesh. We have another energy again to go and create one of our own kind. It is not finished on this earth. We still have life. Let us learn. Let us make time and look for the truth, and the truth will set us free. Thank you for listening. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you. If you've watched this video to this extent, it means I am communicating something. This is one of our longest video, 21 minutes. We haven't made a video like this, but it was necessary for you and I that you should know this. Creation and me. I am the creator. I made myself. I am powerful. I control the entire creation. I control everything. I subdue the earth. I create one of my own kind. And I'm in charge. I am that I am. You are that you are. Shalom. Bye-bye. Stay blessed.